4 till 5 is homework, every day except Thursday. Thursday's footy practice. So homework is like 6:30 to 7:30 after dinner. No excuses. Hi, my name's Kevin. Me and my sister are staying here with my nan. They said we had to stay here because of the problems at home. They said it wasn't safe there.
Who's they, Kevin?
Community services. Nan?
Nan!
Yes, hello?
I don't mind staying here. It's supposed to be temporary until things are worked out at the court. So we don't know what's going to happen. That's the hardest thing, not knowing.
Kevin, it's legal aid. They want to talk to you about what's happening in court. Can you go after school tomorrow?
I got footy practice.
He's got footy practice.
Anyhow, there's a heap of stuff I want to ask about, like how long we'll be living here.
Can we still see Mum?
Yeah, and like, do I have to go to court? Because I don't know what to say.
Kevin, that was the fella from legal aid. He's going to be your lawyer at the children's court. We can go and meet him after school on Friday. Is that okay? Okay.
Maybe my legal aid lawyer can tell me what's going on.
Hi, I'm Kevin's lawyer. I could be your lawyer too one day. I work for legal aid. My job is to represent young people in the children's court. So let me tell you a few things about the children's court. The children's court is where community services go with their lawyer if they decide it's not safe for you to live at home. Up there, that's the magistrate. He's the one that makes the decision about who you're going to live with. He listens to what everyone has to say. He listens to the lawyers from community services, and he also listens to lawyers speaking up for your mum and your dad. And the children, that's you and your brothers and sisters, can all have lawyers too. So my job is to speak up for what you want. Your Honour, I'd like to request an adjournment so I can talk to Kevin and find out what his instructions are. If community services say that you can no longer live at home, they have to make a plan for your care and parenting. That's called a care plan. The good news is you have a say in that plan. So part of my job is to find out if that plan works for you.
My first time, I was a bit nervous about meeting my lawyer. I didn't know what he was going to ask me, and I worried I might say the wrong thing.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You must be Mrs. Green.
I am.
John, nice to meet you. You must be Kevin.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. We're going to go through to the back there. You ready to come through? Take a seat there if you like, Kevin.
But it wasn't like that. The lawyer was really nice. He explained how we'd work together, and I wouldn't have to go to court either.
No, you don't have to go to court. It's my job to present your views in the court. And I can tell you what's happening in the court, and I can explain how the laws work. So you see, it helps me to understand how you feel about things and what your concerns might be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So tell me how things are going at your nan's.
Yeah, okay. I really like living with her, but I'd like to see Mum sometimes, and my little sister Lisa. I'm worried about her because she wants to go home and live with Mum.
Well, it's not really her choice. She's only 9. Her lawyer will help work out what's best for her.
Lisa gets a lawyer too.
The court gives all the children a lawyer because it's important to understand what they think. But don't worry, the court will work very hard to keep you and your sister living together.
And the magistrate really listens?
Sure. But with younger kids like Lisa, their lawyer helps work out what's best for them. You're 14 now. You've got a pretty good idea of what you want, so you can tell me directly and I'll argue for you in court. Your Honour, in the conversations I've had with Kevin, he's made it very clear that he'd like to continue playing with his current football team. He has strong friendships there and it's important to him.
I can understand that. Mr. Lancet, can you please make sure that it's reflected in the care plan?
Oh, yes, Your Honour.
Thank you.
So you're saying the court will do what I want, right?
It doesn't work like that. It's the court's job to decide on a plan that's best for you. So if you wanted to drop out of school, for example, that would be something that I couldn't ask for because the law says you have to go to school.
No, I wouldn't do that. See, I still want to see Mum, just not stay there.
OK, I can tell the court that that's what you want.
But I'm worried she'll get upset if you say that I want to stay at Nan's now. So, what would you say in court?
I see. That's a good question. I might get some evidence, like a school report, and I'd probably say something like, Kevin has settled in nicely with his nan, and his school principal says his grades have improved a lot. You see, there's a lot of work that I have to do before I get to court.
For your help, I appreciate your time. Take care.
I will be talking to people that know you, reading reports about you and about your family. So when I talk to the court about what you want, I can back it up with evidence that shows it's a good idea. The court process takes time. Everyone's trying to find a plan that works best for you and your brothers and your sisters. And that plan will last until you're 18 years old.
So, can we still see Mum?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, every kid's situation is different, but in your case, I can talk to community services and see what we can work out, okay?
Yeah.
It took a while, the whole court thing. Nan says nearly a year. But they did sort things out. My lawyer went to the court to find out what the plan was. He said he'd visit me afterwards, and we could talk through what was going to happen.
Basically, what this section means is that you'll be living here with your nan.
I ended up staying with Nan. Lisa too. But we got to see Mum sometimes.
Yeah. And I'm happy living here, and I know my sister's going to be okay.